one of the real hard men of the ring. He's Dennis Andries, he's age 41, he's the British cruiserweight champion, and he's in tonight with an American called Mike Peake. Andries is wearing the blue. He's dominated the fight throughout as we join Jim and Reg for round 7.
Round 7.
Seventh round. And it's scoring-wise 7-6-0, I should say, for Andries, with no knockdowns, and a very gritty performance by Mike Peake from Louisville. But Andries always had it well under control, sometimes boxing quite smartly, and then using those hard wearing down tactics in his 61st pro fight.
It's possible against someone not quite as strong as Andries that Peake's tactics would get him back into the fight, because his own counters are fairly powerful looking and well delivered. It's just Andries is so strong, and he's really been in total control here for the 6 rounds that we've seen.
Peake actually won a championship called the Continental of America against Tony Harrison. So, you know, he's always campaigned in good company, including the reigning German IBF champion Henry Mask, who's a very difficult man to beat. Almost routine stuff it's become from Andries Jim at this stage of his career, and he's on autopilot.
Yeah, but it's been quite nice the way a couple of times he's come up onto his toes and got the jab working. I mean, this is definitely the kind of opponent that he really relishes. Someone who'll stand there and just trade with him.
Minute to go in the 7th.
Peake's managing to block a lot of Andries' shots, but I mean, he's been outworked in every round.
It took him 11 rounds to catch up with a smart mover in Denzel Brown in Glasgow last January to win the British Championship at this weight, 13 stone 8.
I mean, this has been 7 rounds of solid punching. I mean, there's never been a clinch.
Round 8.
We're out for the 8th round of the scheduled 10. No knockdowns, and quality boxing by Andries. It's got a bit quiet at times. This opponent, Jim Watt, and I thought was tailor-made for Andries' style. And it's proved a bit that way, but he's also been very durable. And I think probably Jim surprised Andries. He's landed a few good shots on the chin, and he hasn't really had him in any kind of trouble.
See, although he's been on the defensive most of the time, he does keep his body weight forward a little bit, and his knees bent. So when he lets go, his own counter punches are fairly solid. It's just that Andries' strength has really kept him in total control every round. A couple of real good pros going about their business here. couple of signs here that Peake is really beginning to feel the pace now. And Andries has never left him alone.
That's one thing about Andries, is if he gets the man on the hook properly, I don't think he'll let go. He proved that in his last contest with Denzel Brown, waited for the 11th round for a stoppage. This is scheduled only for 10, and we're in the 8th.
See, Peake's moving around the ring now. I'm surprised he didn't try this a little bit earlier.
It to go in this round. He gets a bit saucy, Peake, as he is here. Throws that odd counter punch, Jim. He almost ignores them, Andries, though.
Peake is really a decent performer, Reg. I mean, he stuck to his guns here. This has been a hard night's work for him. But thankfully, he's managed to block at least part of the power in Andries' punches. Andries kind of punching through his defence, so he's taking some of this thing on his gloves. It's been a hard night's work for him.
Sense then that it could be Andries coming to life once again, but the Peake comes back and says hang on, and takes the play away a bit. Ninth round, and Dennis Andries, for the first time in the 8th round, had Mike Peake just stunned. And again there, that's the same movement. He got away, tried to get away and stumbled over it, Peake. I think he's feeling the pace now, Jim. He hasn't won a round, and he's hung in there. I must say it's a very gritty performance indeed.
Yeah, that's it a couple of times now that power and Andries' punches have knocked him off balance. Haven't really shaken him up or hurt him, but just the sheer power knocked him off balance. See, even when Andries unloads here, Peake still looking straight back at him, keeping his defences nice and tight. A real good old pro.
It's well named, really. He peeks between those gloves, doesn't he, Jim, like that, look. Trying to measure him with one's a bit obvious, that, Dennis. Well, the rerun fight, because it only went 4 rounds when they fought at Earl's Court, and had to be stopped because of the threat to pull the plug on the lights. And probably Mike Peake saying I preferred it first time round when I lost on points, which I thought should have been a no contest really. It was unforeseen that it had to be shortened, the fight.
I think Peake's in the situation now. He knows he's a mile behind in points. No way he's going to win in points. He doesn't really have the power to trouble Andries. So I think he's just going to keep doing as he's been doing, put up a good show, and just kind of box behind a little bit from that defence.
He's only stopped 5, Jim, actually, in his 26 fights.
I mean, that's probably down to the quality that he's boxed, Reg, because there looks to be have a fair bit of power in his punches. He delivers them well.
Good job of coming towards the end of the contest, Jim. There's a fair chance that Mike Peake might lose those trunks. Well, the final round then, and Mike Peake came out early as if to say, haven't I done well? And he has. Hasn't taken account. Hasn't won a round against Andries. But he usually comes out firing when he's got 3 minutes to go, Andries. In previous fights, we've seen that frequently. Look, there it is, you see, as though he's starting the game all over.
I mean, there's a credit to the game, Andries. I mean, at 41, coming out in such good shape in the 10th round. I mean, although he's been in control, this has been a hard tussle all the way through. I mean, he's had to concentrate, has to keep this fellow under control. And Peake's put up a lot of stubborn resistance. It's been a good match, good hard night's work for Andries.
He certainly hasn't held back any punches, Andries, Jim, that's for sure. And he's still trying to whack them in with a little bit of wildness in the last round. He doesn't care, reverting back to that early style of his when he was winging punches a lot. Now he picks them better with experience, of course.
I think it's only the fact that Peake has such a good defence. He's been taking a lot of the punches on his arms and gloves. At least some of the impact has kept him in there, because Andries has been really getting the power behind him, really setting himself and getting the punches off well.
He's getting caught with one or two punches, Andries, that he shouldn't really be taking, but I suppose he's saying, well, he's not hurting me, but it's a bit careless of him if he hopes to get yet another World Championship shot against the WBO holder Anaclet Wamba. It's on the cards. And if he becomes a 4-time world champion, that's some achievement by Dennis Andries.
Well, it's nice to see an American coming over the edge and putting up as good a show as this, when you think of some of the imports over the years that we've had. And this guy's put up an excellent show, really made Andries work all the way. Okay, lost by a mile. A really thoroughly enjoyable 10 rounds.
Yeah, I'm glad he stayed the distance now, Mike Peake, because he certainly deserves to have done. A final fling there, automatic decision there for Dennis Andries. No judges, of course. And, well, a hard workout, an enjoyable one by the new British cruiserweight champion.
Another world title shot looms for the remarkable Dennis Andries. We've got time.